Welcome back, Max, for Week 7, a Live at 5 announcement. What do you got?
Wow, Week 7 already. Gosh, I can't believe we're coming down the home stretch here talking about these great bands and these great weeks of Alive at 5. But Week 7, we have got really a favorite of Helena. I mean, this guy's been coming to Helena for years. I remember you and I... Gosh, I think we seen him first probably at Miller's Crossing years and years ago, and he always tears it up and just blows the roof off the joint. It's Too Slim and the Tail Draggers, so super stoked to have them. Good rock and blues. If you're into rock and blues, you're going to love this guy. Most of you have already heard of him or even seen one of his shows. Probably paid money to get into his show, but again, thanks to our great sponsors like our diamond sponsor, Rocky Mountain Federal Credit Union, and then we wanted to focus on a couple other sponsors this week, and we have the Capital City Health Club, and the other one was Caldwell Banker Mountainside Realty stepped up, and again, without the community's support, there's no way we could bring this level of music and entertainment to Helena on a Wednesday night for free for everybody to enjoy. So kudos to every one of those companies and individuals that have stepped up and said, you know what, Alive at 5 is important. It's a staple in our community. It's a way for us to get together midweek. And we've talked before about how the weekends can get so busy. Right. Everybody going to the lake or going camping or going to a wedding or whatever. Wednesday is kind of a special night. You're halfway through the week and go out, listen to some great live music, have some great craft beer, enjoy food from a number of different food trucks, and meet your friends and socialize. So we are super stoked to have Too Slim and the Tail Draggers coming back. And again, that is on July 31st. And that one's at Women's Park, right? I believe.
Right.
Yeah. And so we're doing the back and forth thing. The only thing that broke that chain a little bit is we did one right down on the Walking Mall, of course, Week 5, out in front of 10 Mile there with Goldie Vox. But yeah, this one will be at Women's Park. Should be a great time. Looking forward to everybody coming out and enjoying some great live music. And again, thanks to all of the sponsors that have stepped up to make this possible. It just really, it just really hits me when every day I was coming in and Heidi would say, "Oh, guess what? We got another sponsor. Guess what? We got another sponsor." And you know, there was certainly some touch and go moments early on where we didn't know we were even going to be able to do a Live at 5 because it is not something that you just, you know, snap your fingers and make happen. There's a lot of expense and coordination and logistics that go into it, but it's all come together, and at least I hope that this can be the best Alive at 5 series that Helen has ever seen.
Well, it really is something special to be able to go to an event that would normally be ticketed, and you could bring someone, maybe a high school age kid or someone like that you wouldn't normally buy a ticket for, you know, a $25, $30 ticket, and, you know, possibly maybe you only have an hour.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't buy a ticket if you only had an hour. But you can swing down, have a drink, have a beer, you know, listen to the music, and then go on about your evening. So those sponsors are really making that possible for Helena.
That's a great point, because you don't have to dedicate an entire night to a concert. You don't have to feel like I got to be there early and I got to, you know, stay for the whole show, because, you know, it's free, and that does
free
make
is nice.
Yeah, it does make it very flexible for people to say, "Hey, maybe I'll only catch 2 or 3 songs, but I'm gonna check this band out." And then who knows, down the road they come through and you say, "No, I'm going to buy a ticket to see a full show of this band because I really enjoyed them." And Too Slim's just got a great history, not only here in Helena, but I mean across the nation. They've even toured outside of the U.S., but just good rock and blues. I mean, I think he's had 15, 16 studio albums. I mean, incredible body of work that Tim Langford from Too Slim and the Tail Draggers has put out there. And we're just, every time he emails me and says, "Hey, Max, we're coming to Helena," I'm excited to see that email and try to work whatever I can to make it work into the schedule. And when he emailed this time, and it happened to be the week that we knew we were going to have a Live at 5, and it worked great for him on the road on a Wednesday. I was just super stoked.
That's fantastic. It's going to be a great show, and that's Week 7, July 31st. Too Slim and the Tail Draggers.
Women's Park.
Awesome.
Yeah, should be a great one. So another great Alive at 5. Make sure you mark it on the calendar. Make sure you go to aliveat5helena.com if you have questions on any of the bands or any of the weeks, sponsors, even to find out about the nonprofits that we're supporting each week. Or go, if you're a Facebook person, go on Facebook, find Alive at 5 out there. And there's an actual event for each week. And it would be awesome if you're going to that week, if you could click the button and like and say, yeah, I'm actually thinking about going to this event. That's awesome as well. It just helps spread the news. And like we talked about before, we're trying to figure out where people get their information, and we're trying to get as much information out there as we can about where the events are, who's going to be playing, what time they start, and all the details.
Yeah. Get on there, take a look at those sponsors, and support those businesses that are giving you an opportunity to see this level of live music for free.
Yeah, at least stop by and say thank you. A lot of them are going to have booths there at the Live at 5, so we encourage you to stop by and say, hey, thanks for supporting live music in Helena, Montana, and putting on this great event, because it wouldn't happen without all those community supporters.
Awesome. Well, cheers, Max.
Cheers.